But right now we're talking about food and
Yes.
health and
Calories.
calories. And we've got, in our last segment, we're going to find out from Chef Melissa, Sheridan, to talk about making a soup that's healthy. Soups are great because they fill you up, make you feel good. So tell us about calories. Do calories count?
Calories count. I think that's the most important message that I'd like to get across today. There are so many effective diets out there, you know, just a matter for whether someone's looking to lose weight, to maintain weight. Some people are even looking to put on healthy body weight.
Yeah.
So regardless of what our goal is, it's really important for people to understand that calories are first and foremost the most important aspect of a person's diet when we're looking to manipulate our weight and our body composition. So if someone really wants to have a handle on their weight management, they do first and foremost need to have an idea of how many calories right now they're consuming.
Without dieting or anything.
Exactly.
Just find out what you eat every day.
Exactly.
Find out that really those little nibbles that you have are 50 calories each, or this is really 100 calories, or that soda you drank was just 240 calories. Then I think you can alter your diet.
Yes, it is very important. I always recommend for my clients when they are looking to achieve any type of weight change to first take at least, I'd say 3 days is a good average, to just log everything that you consume. And I tell people you have to be honest about it, because really the only person you're not helping is yourself.
Well, it's not really 8 ounces, it's 2 ounces.
You need to be accurate, and whether it's just for yourself or if you are hiring someone, a coach, to assist you, it's very important to be able to see what you're eating, maybe also what you're not eating, foods that can help with satiety, things like that. It's very important to get that overall honest view first of what you're currently taking in, and also to have an idea of how many calories you're taking in, and then that's going to be your starting base. That's where you work from. If someone's looking for weight loss, really a lot of people go on these very extreme diets.
You're never going to stay on those things.
No, and I mean,
and they aren't satisfying.
You only need a very small calorie deficit from what you've already been consuming on an average basis.
What they say, 500 calories a day is all you need.
You could even start with 200 or 300 calories. If you consistently maintain that deficit on a daily basis, you are going to see weight loss. The weight loss may be slower, but for some people that's preferable because it's more manageable. They're able to live their lives and not obsess about what they're eating, what they're not eating. They don't feel hungry all the time. And then people start to think,
deprived. I think that's deprived
Yes.
is I think what does it. Oh, I really want that and I can't have it.
Right.
And that's terrible.
Feelings of guilt that people have that they associate with food, it has a very negative impact. As you're saying, I really like people to know, in my opinion, there really are no bad foods. It's really the amount that we're consuming and how frequently we're consuming them. I think everyone really does, for the most part, know what foods are healthy and what foods are not healthy. So it's a matter of knowing if you have a piece of cake or if you have something that's considered to be an unhealthy source of food,
source of calories.
Source of calories.
That's what
correct.
I always look at it. Well, do I really want to take in this number of calories for the satiation that I'm going to get?
Right.
Is it really a good trade-off?
Right. Overall, our diet should mainly consist of foods that are nutrient dense. Mm-hmm. So foods that have a lot of nutritional value. However, if we slip, or even if we have some foods that aren't nutrient dense that are in our diet, as long as we're not going overboard and as long as we are not over consuming the amount of calories we need to maintain the weight we're at, that's an okay thing. People can be okay with that. So that's, again, why I do recommend for people to have a handle in some regard on knowing how many calories their body is able to take in energy-wise without creating weight gain. So we all know if we take in more energy being food than we put out through the energy we use through the day, whether it's through exercise or just our daily activity, even our body compositions, which is why we know the last time I was on here we talked about it's favorable to have more muscle mass on your body.
Because you burn more calories.
You burn more calories at rest. So then you can consume a little more to maintain that muscle mass.
And people who go on a diet sometimes lose fat, gain muscle, and they don't really lose, they don't think they're losing weight, but they really are doing, it's a good trade-off.
Yes, and that's also why we can talk to people about using many measurable tools for deciding whether their current approach is effective. You can use a tape measure, you can use a scale. If people are participating in a strength training program, even if you just see that your strength is increasing, that is a sign that your body is favorably changing.
Right.
So we want to use all of these as a total approach and not just fixate on one thing, because that can really create feelings of defeat too soon when we may actually be making progress, but it's not quite that visible yet. So we really need to have patience and have a lot of ways to look and measure to see whether or not we are being successful.
If you wanted a coach to kind of help you through this, where would you look for one?
There's a variety of places you can look. Of course, there are registered dietitians. If you need someone to help you with very specific
like dietary,
you're a diabetic. Exactly. You want to make sure you have the help of a registered dietitian. There are people such as myself. I am a weight loss specialist. So for my clients, I'm making very generic recommendations. I can help people figure out their calorie allotments, things such as that, and even just food groups that are healthier choices than others.
And boy, that pyramid changed, didn't it?
The pyramid did change. I actually prefer the Harvard pyramid.
What's the Harvard pyramid?
The Harvard University actually has their own food pyramid. So if you Google Harvard food pyramid, that is the food pyramid that I prefer myself.
And what's on the bottom for that?
Clients. On the bottom, I actually haven't looked at it.
Okay, carbohydrate.
But
hopefully carbohydrate.
They do designate healthy fats and healthy grains, and they make a little bit more of a, they specify more clearly what the food
I'm going to look.
It's a great,
I love,
their whole site is a fabulous source for the general public. It's very easy to understand, and they cover a breadth of topics on there. Another great site that people can use, while they do sell products online coaching, they also offer a lot of free, invaluable information, and that's Precision Nutrition.
Okay.
That's another terrific source that people can utilize online, and they are highly recommended by many people who are credible.
Yeah.
So they're
and I love the
great
new
source.
plates that show you how much should be in each little food group and stuff. So I mean, there's a lot of tools out there that are fun to.
There are, and it's important for people also to find what works for them and to understand that moderation is a good thing, but we really don't have to be depriving or punishing ourselves in order to see favorable change and to see gradual weight loss.
It's the gradual. To me, gradual is what it's all about.
It really is. People tend, I mean, there's been a lot of publicity even now about Biggest Loser, showing the fact that many people on that show, or almost all of them really, they just rebound and put the weight back on.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's the way it's going to be, because you're losing it for a specific thing, and then you say, oh well, that's over. People who get married, you know, and lose to get into that size 2, and then they say, I'm glad.
Yes. Sustainability is very important. We want to find lifestyle choices that we're going to be able to stick with,
and live
that
with.
are going to benefit us. And once people see that little bit of progress, it becomes a catalyst for more positive change. So if people just make small changes and give themselves the credo that they deserve, really, for making these changes. Change is hard.
It is hard. And
It's
listen,
hard.
even if
Give
you
yourself
relapse
credit.
for a little bit, go back on it.
Exactly.
You know, you
Don't
can live
give
with it.
up. Just brush it off and then get back onto the positive path again.
Okay, Jeannine Trimboli, life.
Real Fit Life.
Real Fit Life, because you want a fit life
Fitness into real life.
That's it. Good. I'm sorry. That little
okay.
bracket thing. We're going to thank you so much for being here and giving us such great information on food.